Hey guys, what's up? It's time to know about the type effectiveness of Pokemon in Go Battle League. Now we are going to see all the types of Pokemon in Pokemon Go, their strength, their weakness. Once you master all these, the advantage is yours. And then don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to receive all the videos that we post. Without further ado, let's get into our video. First, we are going to see about normal type. Normal type moves doesn't give super effective damage to any other types, but it gives heavy neutral damage. Normal type Pokemon are weak to steel and rock. They resist ghost types and suffer super effective damage from fighting type moves. Next, we are going to see about fighting type. Fighting type moves give super effective damage to normal, rock, steel, ice, and dark. Fighting type mons are weak against flying, poison, psychic, bug, dark, and ghost types. They resist rock, bug, dark, and steel types. They suffer super effective damage against flying, psychic, and fairy type. Poison type. Poison type moves give super effective damage to grass and fairy type Pokemon. Poison type are weak against poison, ground, ghost, and steel types. They resist grass, fairy, and fighting type moves, and they suffer super effective damage from psychic and ground. Psychic type. Psychic type moves give super effective damage to poison and fighting type. Psychic type mons are weak against steel, psychic, and dark type. They resist fighting and psychic type moves. They suffer super effective damage from bug, dark, and ghost types. Rock type. Rock type moves give super effective damage to flying, bug, fire, and ice. Rock type mons are weak against fighting, ground, and steel types. They resist normal, flying, and poison types, and they suffer super effective damage from fighting, ground, and steel, water, and grass. Steel type. Steel type move gives super effective damage to rock, ice, and fairy. Steel type mons are weak against steel, fire, water, and earth type. They resist normal, flying, poison, rock, bug, steel, grass, psychic, ice, dragon, and fairy type. They suffer super effective damage from fighting, ground, and fire. Water type. Water type moves give super effective damage to ground, rock, and fire. Water type mons are weak against water, grass, and dragon type. They resist steel, fire, water, and ice type moves. They suffer super effective damage from grass and electric. Bug type. Bug type move gives super effective damage to grass, psychic, and dark. Bug type mons are weak against flying, poison, fighting, ghost, steel, fire, and fairy type mons. They resist fighting, ground, and grass type moves, and they suffer super effective damage from flying and rock. Dark type. Dark type moves give super effective damage to ghost and psychic type. Dark type mons are weak against fighting, dark, fairy, and bug type. They resist ghost, psychic, and dark type moves. They suffer super effective damage from fighting, bug, and fairy type. Dragon type. Dragon type moves give super effective damage to dragon type. Dragon type mons are weak against steel and fairy types. They resist fire, water, grass, and electric type moves. They suffer super effective damage from ice, dragon, and fairy type. Electric type. Electric type moves give super effective damage to flying and water. Electric type mons are weak against ground, grass, electric, and dragon types. They resist flying, steel, and electric type moves. They suffer super effective damage from ground type. Fairy type. Fairy type moves give super effective damage to fighting, dragon, dark, and psychic type. Fairy type mons are weak against poison, steel, and fire types. They resist fighting, bug, dragon, and dark type moves, and they suffer super effective damage from poison and steel type. Fire type. Fire type mons give super effective damage to bug, steel, grass, and ice. Fire type mons are weak against rock, fire, water, and dragon type. They resist bug, steel, grass, fire, and ice type moves. They suffer super effective damage from rock, ground, and water. Flying type. Flying type gives super effective damage to grass, fighting, and bug type mons. Flying type mons are weak against rock, steel, and electric type mons. They resist fighting, ground, bug, and grass type moves, and they suffer super effective damage from rock, electric, and ice type moves. Ghost type. Ghost type move gives super effective damage to ghost and psychic. Ghost type mons are weak against normal and dark type mons. They resist normal, fighting, poison, and bug types, and they suffer super effective damage from ghost, dark, and psychic types. Grass type. Grass type moves give super effective damage to rock, ground, and water. Grass type mons are weak against flying, poison, bug, steel, fire, grass, and dragon type. They resist ground, water, grass, and electric type moves. They suffer super effective damage from flying, poison, bug, fire, and ice types. Ground type. Ground type moves give super effective damage to poison, rock, steel, fire, and electric type. Ground type mons are weak against flying, bug, and grass types. They resist poison, rock, electric types, and suffer super effective damage from water, grass, and ice. Ice type. Ice type moves give super effective damage to flying, ground, grass, and dragon. Ice type mons are weak against steel and fairy type. They resist ice type moves. They suffer super effective damage from fighting, rock, fire, and steel type.